Good morning, Capital XTRA Breakfast. What's happening? It's Robert, Bruce, Shane and Marie right here.
We are joined this morning by someone who has won the Premier League 6 times, has 14 trophies across his career, including the FA Cup and the Champions League.
Let them know. Manchester United club legend, top-class broadcaster as well. Mr. Vibe with 5.
Hailing from Peckham, he's got 81 caps for England. You now see him regularly presenting the football.
Come on, let's make some noise. It's Rio Ferdinand, everybody! Rio!
Morning.
Hello, sir.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. You know, all the shows I've been on today, my kids are going, you going on Capital XTRA? Yeah, because they listen to this.
Yes.
Oh, come on.
We won.
Yeah, watch me go tell my mum that one when I go home, you know.
Serious. Rio, you're here. It is Mental Health Awareness Week, and that is something that is close to your heart, right?
Yeah. Obviously, everyone who knows me knows the kind of situations we've been in as a family, and Mental Health Week is a huge week. That's why when McDonald's came to me and talked about this initiative, it was like, it absolutely fits. Enabling young people to feel okay with all sorts of emotions and feelings. It's not always that you have to be kind of happy. I think a lot of kids who've done surveys on this, a lot of kids feel compelled to tell adults or tell people that I'm happy when actually necessarily they don't feel happy. Because we always say, why are you crying? I mean, when my kids cry, even I'm guilty of that sometimes. Why you cry? No, you should let them cry and then work out why, how it's okay to feel like that. But it's a really important thing. I think not enough people speak about it or know how to speak about it, even as parents. Like, how do you broach that conversation at breakfast or in the house? And so they have a website at McDonald's or a hub that you can go on and get some information. But the really good thing that they've done is a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Like my 3-year-old's partial to a Happy Meal here and there, yeah. But they've taken the iconic smile off the Happy Meal, and now they've got stickers to put how you're feeling. So it almost starts that conversation. So it's such a really good, unique little way to do it. So that broaches the conversation for me to have that conversation with my 3-year-old.
Yeah.
So it's such a good conversation starter.
Nah, that is wicked, man. And today we're wearing green because I know it's Mental Health Awareness Week and we're raising awareness here in conjunction with you as well. Speaking is very, very important, and I feel like sometimes we don't speak until something goes really, really wrong.
Yeah.
How do we approach speaking openly about our mental health in the everyday life sort of thing?
Communication is absolutely key. You've got to communicate with your kids, but again, it's how. And it's not always about going, right, how was your day? Like, because for a kid, it's like, I don't really want to chat. What are you talking to me?
Fine.
Like,
Fine.
Okay.
Shut down.
Fine.
Yeah. One word
Yeah.
answers. General conversation, and all of a sudden your kids feel absolutely fine to talk, and then they'll eventually open up. It's just that as parents, we don't really, because we're so busy, we're trying to put food on the table, you're trying to make sure your kids have got clothes, you're making sure that they're all right in all aspects of their life, and you then sometimes put conversation to the back of the list when really it should be somewhere near the front, because you want your kids to be good communicators, but also be open with how they feel.
McDonald's thing that you mentioned, I think that's so clever. Whether it's you're using Happy Meals or you're using books or you're using conversation, I think it's really, really good. And the theme for this year for Mental Health Awareness Week is to move more for your mental health. You and your family, you exercise regularly, right? Is there one form of exercise for you that you find really helps with your mental health, that clears your mind?
It's just being in that space. Like, don't matter what you do, just go in there and give yourself half an hour, 15 minutes, if whatever you've got. I'll go in normally for an hour, but that's one of the most cathartic hours of my day, where I get to think, get to just have a clear mind about stuff and not worry about what your kids are doing next, or what kids hurt themselves, or why is he or she crying, or jumping off the settee or whatever. It's your time to just chill, and whether it's going on a walk on your own, whether it's sitting and reading a couple of pages of a book every day, and that's your time.
We always say at home, every day's an operation, and we just want to get the operation done. But you need to have that space. Finding that space wherever you can find it is super important.
And you know what? I got my wife is amazing. She takes care of most of the baggage from that, and I get to come in and swan in and out and just dad of the year and all that stuff. And speak to your mates, speak to people as well. Get stuff off your chest.
You need to have the time or have the thought to actually be like, all right, what is it that I need to do that's going to make me feel good today or me feel good this week? And when you're busy, when you're a parent, when you've got work going on, when you've got all these things, it's hard to
You got to create the time. You create time for a lot of other stuff. But sometimes you put yourself at the back of the queue, and after weeks and then months, sometimes people go years, and you think, right, I've not done nothing for myself.
Yeah, it's true. My missus knows that when it's football time, she'll let me watch as much football as I want because she knows I'll be happy after. We got football games in our joint calendar.
Is it?
She knows, yeah. Okay, he's going to be watching the football at that
you support?
time. I'm a United fan, and
Are you?
I'm a United. So
Tough times.
it's tough times, but I'll be watching the EFL right now. I'll be watching all the trophies. Any sort of time just to watch the game is definitely my time, madam. What are your fondest memories of Old Trafford? Like, what's the top 3 that come to mind?
Winning the league for the first time, especially because I was 23 or 24, and you think like I've been playing for all them years and ain't won nothing, and then to go and win the league in my first year was like mind blowing. Champions League, winning the Champions League in Moscow was like Mount Everest, crazy, and just teammates, like being with your friends every day, like going into big games, big battles, and like the satisfaction after a game and relief. Those memories. I mean, sometimes it's not even about a moment. Like it's just the memories that we've had together, that we've been through. It kind of builds a mad bond.
They've got me on a ban. That was my one Man United question I can answer today. They've got me on a serious ban. But what I can ask you about this summer, the Euros, England. There's always pressure on the England squad. If there was one wild card pick you can take to the Euros from everyone that's on like the edge of the squad, who would your wild card pick be? I
think if you're looking at it like that, Cole Palmer has to be that guy then, because bro, you can't get 30-plus goal involvements in your first season at a new club, and then people going, yeah, the manager goes, yeah, not for me though. No, you become like almost impossible not to take. I'm not saying he's going to start, but he has to go, man.
Okay.
What his output has been this season, it demands that it ain't no like if buts or maybes with him. Kobe's got the talent that you look at and go, if we can develop him. I just hope they go out there and they can play with a bit of freedom.
Yeah.
I mean, I want the Fodens to be playing in his best position, and I want like Bellingham to be given license to go and do what he does. If Cole Palmer got Saka, let him run free. And if we can do that and we defend well enough, we've got enough talent to be able to win this.
You know, obviously, Rio, when you were coming in this morning, Robert was particularly gassed to have you in the studio. But there are a fair few names on this show, like friends of the show, that are also love you. Listen to this.
Rio is obviously from Peckham, where I'm from as well. When I saw that follow, I had to check the Instagram twice. You know, when you close the app and then you refresh it, reboot, and then come back to see if it was real, because Rob knows, that's a legend of our club, innit? And also a legend for black culture as well.
Harry Pinero, YouTuber and online personality. Big fan of yours.
Yeah, I know Harry well, man. He's a nice guy, obviously from Peckham. So you hear about Ice and Peckham, straight away you follow them a little bit, their career and stuff. But I love what he does. He's got great energy, great guys, you know. So we've become kind of friends since then, man. So.
It is not just Harry as well. We've found out some very interesting stories about
Don't look so scared.
maybe a younger Rio. Listen to this.
I used to go cut above the rest in East Ham, and Rio Ferdinand was playing for West Ham, so that was like you would be next, and then like Rio would walk in, you know what I mean? Just park up, double yellow line, walk it, and you'd be like, oh, I guess I'm here for another hour.
Is that true? Did you used to park up on the double yellow, walk into cut above the rest, and be like, Kano, wait there, I'm going into the barber chair?
Yeah, it's 100%. Like I used to just say to the barber, I'm coming, man. And he said, yeah, I've just finished training, and I live that other side, so I'm coming through. Just line me up, man. Come on. I used to go in there, park the car outside. I was young and ignorant then as well. And I'd walk in and I wouldn't even care that I'm making the next man have to wait another hour. I wouldn't care, I'll be honest. I'm a bit different now. But
Rio, can we get into a little something that we call 60 seconds with you,
I'm
please?
ready.
We're going to put a minute on the clock and get through as many questions as we possibly can with you. You got to answer quick, fire style. Are you ready?
Let's go.
60 seconds with Rio Ferdinand in 3, 2, 1. What suit are you wearing for the Champions League final?
Ralph Lauren, black suit, Chris.
Oh, bring back that word. If you hadn't been a footballer, what would you be doing for work now?
I'd have been an actor. Will Smith would have been like gone.
Done.
If you were a dancehall artist, what would your first single be called?
Raw.
It works. What's your go-to to eat behind the scenes of a TV studio?
Nando's.
What did your school report say about you?
Capable, but easily distracted.
Favourite thing about your wife?
Her generosity and her sacrifice of a lot of her own things for others.
That's like, see how he thought about that one, Kev, because there's so much on the list.
You know how much you can get wrong with that?
Brain,
Yeah, trust me. That's a text after it's been heard, you know.
Is it?
Can we clip that bit out, please?
We'll send it to her, don't worry.
Eric Ten Hag, one more year at United or no?
With the new infrastructure behind him, I'd be leaning to give him another time.
Who's been your biggest inspiration throughout your career?
My parents,
What are you most proud of in your career after football?
my family.
That was 60 seconds with Rio Ferdinand.
Thank you.
All right, Rio, thank you very, very much for coming through today. Before you go, one last thing. For people listening right now that want to get involved with Mental Health Awareness Week, that are thinking about what can I do to improve my own mental health, what message would you give them today?
I'd say communication is key. Make sure you talk to your children. Make sure you talk to friends, family, people in your network about how you're feeling. Happy, sad, angry, upset, emotional. Get it out off your chest. I think any problem, when you share it, definitely alleviates all of that. You feel freer and a bit lighter on your feet. So keep talking.
It's been an absolute pleasure
Nice to
having
see you
you
guys.
here in the studio. Say hi to your kids for us.
I will do.
And let's give it up one last time for Rio Ferdinand.
Thank you, guys.